Well, hello, Rain Nation. Byron Belke here, sitting in my office at corporate headquarters in American Fork, Utah. And today we are going to talk about keeping it simple. We're going to talk about what we need to do and what we need to teach our people to do to get out there, get focused, and have some duplication happen in our teams, our organizations, to be able to help people win right out the gate. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that today, and then I'm going to go into our maker system and explain why we put this together the way that we have to help accomplish just that, so that it's really, really duplicable and simple as people are getting in, getting started, getting going, to know what to do and how to do it. And so as we get into this today, I just want everybody to realize that what we've got to do is pull the things back, get things out of the way that might be causing some confusion or causing just complication, and just make it as simple as we possibly can. So I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to go through a couple of slides as we're doing this. I'm going to be sipping on some Pure as we do this as well, and we're going to get started, everybody. So thanks for tuning in today, and let's get going. So as we look at this and look at this presentation, here's a quote that I wanted to start with, and that's by Steve Jobs. And I love this because he says, "It's been one of my mantras that focus and simplicity are the two things that he likes to focus on. Simple can be harder than complex." And if you think about that, that's true. Sometimes it's hard to be simple. We like to complicate things. We like to add more facts. We like to add more justifications. And you see this a lot of times when people get in the business and they get going and their team's growing and they're sponsoring people and they're getting customers, and the more educated they get, the more information they learn, the more we muddy the simplicity of it all, right? So as he says, simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple, okay? And as we talk about this today, this is coming from Steve Jobs, who was what? The founder of one of the first trillion-dollar companies in the history of the planet. Apple's going to be one of the first trillion-dollar companies. And so, and what they've done is tried to keep things clean and simple, and that's what our maker system is all about. You know, one of the things that I was taught by my mentors as I got started in this business is the few things that you've got to do. When somebody joins the business right out the gate, they're in this honeymoon phase, right? They saw something they're excited about. I want you to think about when you joined Rain. You were excited, you know, all of this thing, category creating company. These products are changing people's lives, and they are. And you're kind of in this excitement and this honeymoon phase, but it doesn't last forever, right? Honeymoons don't last forever. You come home to reality and realize there's things that have to happen. There's yeses, there's nos, there's ups and downs. It's life. And so what we have to do during this honeymoon phase, which is 2 weeks, that's what I was always taught, 2 weeks, is we have to help people get a win. That's why we want them to get on the product and have a testimonial on the product. But if they're here to build the business, if they're here to grow a team, we need to help them win. We need to get all of the things that can complicate that from happening and focus on really what needs to happen. So as you see, as I explain why we put the system together the way we did, it's going to start to make sense to you, hopefully, why that is the case and why we did what we did. Because I want somebody to get in, get a positive result and have that experience so that you stay in that. And if you've been in the business for a while, you know, okay, if you start to lose some of that passion, that energy, and you have the ups and downs, what is always going to get you back to where you were, get you excited? When somebody has that next testimonial and comes and thanks you for the product because of what it did for their child or somebody they care about, right? You get a new customer, what happens? You get somebody that joins your team, what happens? You get back to that state of excitement. You get back into that honeymoon phase. So when people say, "Byron, how do you have all the energy that you do and the excitement and the outlook and the passion?" I'm constantly around people winning. I'm constantly around the testimonials. And guys, there's always negativity out there. I just don't choose to focus on it. I focus on the people that are growing and winning, the testimonials, the excitement. Everywhere I go, there's somebody that's coming up to me saying, "Thank you for this product." Everywhere I go, there's that new person that just joined that's excited. That new person that just hit a level or hit a new rank, and they're seeing the growth. That's one of the things that I love as I see Rain grow. And so it all starts back to the building blocks of your organization. and it's the maker system. Okay, so if you look at this, when somebody joins the business, I do not want anybody confused on what we're trying to do right out the gate for someone that wants to build. So the reason that we put this launch bonus in place is just that 2 weeks during the honeymoon phase, we want a result. And things in motion tend to stay in motion. So in the first 2 weeks, I'm going to give somebody, on top of first order bonuses and all the other things that we pay, an additional 15% bonus if they get started now. If they go and get their first 2 people in their first 2 weeks, I'm going to pay them extra money, because here's what I know, that the majority of the people that don't make it in this or anything else, it's because they what? It's because they never really got started. They never really get going. And if we can help get people going, then this, I would gladly pay an additional 15%. Okay, I would gladly pay that, because I want people to win. And so what this allows is 2 things. It gives them a reason to get started now, and it gives you, if you're the sponsor, a reason to put pressure on them. See, a lot of times when somebody joins, we're so excited they joined us, we don't even want to put any pressure on them, because we're like, hey, I'm just glad they joined my team. But this is the time we need people to go out there and get a result. They joined for a reason. They're part of your team for a purpose. They have something that they want more of. In their life, they want something they're dissatisfied with, that Rain can be that platform for change. And so we need to help that happen. And I'm here today after 15 years of being in this business, because somebody 15 years ago when I joined the business made me do something. And in 24 hours, I had people in my team. And if that wouldn't have happened, we might not be talking today. Okay, so because somebody did that for me, I'm here today. And so we put it right into our system. This wasn't in the system of the company that I was a part of when I first joined years ago. We're putting it right into our system. I'm giving you a reason as a sponsor where it doesn't look like you're being selfish for your own benefit. You're doing it for them. You want them to win. You want them to get an extra 15%. They want to get an extra 15%. Let's put all these things that we know to our benefit and actually give people more money for doing it, because it's the right activity. So this launch bonus is just that 15 extra % if they go out there and get started and get 2 people in 2 weeks. All right. And so that's one of the first goals. Now we want people to become a maker. And this whole maker system is just that. It's getting them to do the right activities. So even if they don't understand the comp plan, I mean, think about that. Do you really understand fully the comp plan now? Did you understand it your first 2 weeks in the business or your first couple of months? You want to know when I understood the compensation plan in my first company? When I got paid it, when I finally started getting the checks and I saw this bonus and that bonus. And I'm like, how did I get that again? Why did I get that? Then I started to really learn the comp plan as I was getting paid it. But I really couldn't understand it until I went through that process. And what we want is, I don't want that to hold somebody back from moving. I don't want them paralyzed because we're complicating the issue. So you got your first 2 people, let's say in the first 2 weeks. Now what do they want to do? They want to go get their 2 people in their first 2 weeks too. So we want 2 who get 2. So we want 2 distributors or Rain partners to get their 2 Rain partners each. So you got 2 who get 2, and then we want 2 customers as well. And if you do this, then you become a maker. But what also happens here is a few other things. Now, if all these people purchase, you have what's called a Rain partner team. And a Rain partner team just means free product. Now, the 2 things that I want somebody to accomplish when they get into my team, when I was building, I have 2 main goals for somebody. 1, I want them to get their money back. If they came in and they purchased product, I want to show them how they can turn that product and put money back in their pocket, right? Through samples or through sharing or getting people enrolled. I want them to have their money back. 2, for them to remain active, they got to practice what they preach. You got to purchase at least a box of product every month, either to sell or consume yourself. You can do it through customers as well, right? But you have to practice what you preach. I want that free. So if their product is free and their money is back, why would they quit? They're not going to. See, so I know those are the first 2 things that I want somebody to accomplish when they're joining my team. Is I want that to happen. And so when you ask, Byron, why are you giving all this extra money up front right out the gate, extra 15%, and extra, as you're going to see on the next slide, 5% on this entire group, it's because I want to do those 2 things. See, but if this happens and everybody purchases product this month, which they did because they joined, right? then next month, guess what? Your product is free. And the next month, if all these people buy again, your product's free again. And so not only did you become a maker, but you built what's called the Rain Partner Team. And that's an ongoing thing. This is a status thing one time. But as this is an ongoing thing, you get product free ongoing. Now, we're going to go back and look at all of this volume. So the 2 people that you got in, the 4 people that those 2 got in, because they got their 2, the 2 customers, we add up all of the volume that was generated from those product sales. We already paid a first order bonus on the first level and the second level. We already paid a customer bonus on your customers. But on top of that, we're going to look at all this volume, and we're going to pay an additional 5% bonus off the whole group. So you might ask, so what about the 2 people that we already paid 15% on if they got in 2 weeks? Do I pay 5% off the people that I already paid 15% on, that I already paid in first order bonus on? Yes. Am I crazy? Yes, I am crazy. See, we are paying a ton of money up front to get somebody going, because you know what? I know that somebody that does this, they just beat the odds. Now they're on their way, what? To the top. And it's crazy to know that if people just get started, they can keep going and they can win, because they can see that if they do it once, why can't they do it again? They can. And that continues to get ingrained in them. And then before you know it, you got people hitting the top level of the company that probably didn't even know they could do it to begin with, because we got them doing the right activities. All right. So on top of that 5% bonus on that entire group, what we're going to do is we're going to also plant 5 additional trees because of you, or because of that person that hit the status. So we're giving back at Rain. As we say, it's a part of our DNA. Everything we do is going to bless somebody else. So we're going to go out there and plant 5 trees because this person hit status. So now that this has happened, what are we going to do? What's the next step? Should we teach them something new now? No. Okay, we're going to teach them to do what they've already done again. It's replication and duplication. And I want you to think about that once again. What is the entire goal? We're trying to duplicate. So at Rain, when we tell people to go out there and get what? 2 to begin with, right? Now, if you've done that once, let's just do it again. You've already proved to yourself that you can do it once because you did it. So let's just go do it again. Nothing new. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, come up with new terms, this and that. Let's just go do it again. But I want you to think about that as we're getting started. Duplication, right, is exponential growth. So what is the lowest common denominator that we can have here at Rain where duplication happens? One who gets 1, you can call that replication. 1 who gets 2, now we're talking exponential growth. We're talking duplication. Okay, so is 2, I mean, I can ask this to, my nieces and nephews, or my kids that are young, and it's a simple question, but is 2 easier than 3? Is 2 easier than 4? Okay, is 2 easier? Absolutely. It's the lowest common denominator that we can find where we can still have duplication and exponential growth happen. So when we talk about being simple, like Steve Jobs says, pull everything back, get everything out of the way, make it as simplistic as you can. Well, what is the lowest number that we can require and have exponential growth and duplication? 2. 1 who gets 2. Those 2 who get 2. It's duplication. We can't go any less than that, right? So if you look at our compensation, guys, I'm telling you what, and I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not easy, but if somebody can't do this, I mean, where I came from and the comp plan that I have, or the comp plans that are out there, if you can't do this, how can you do a 3-legged monster? If you can't do this, how can you build 12 lines? If you can't do this, how can you do 6? If you can't do 2? And so that's what I love about what we're doing here at Rain. Is I'm not saying it's easy, but it's easier than almost everything that I've ever seen out there. I love this comp plan. And unless you've gone out there and done something else, or done 5 other companies, those people that have, they appreciate how simple and how duplicable and how friendly this compensation structure is. Because it really is that. And you can talk to anybody who's experienced something else, and they're going to tell you that exact same thing. That's the power of having distributors take this over. Having people like myself and others that have seen the industry, seen what's out there, have something that works for the masses. We're the lowest common denominator for duplication. All right, so I got off on a tangent there, but I just wanted to at least bring that up because it's powerful. And once again, I don't think people realize that. So we've done it once. Now we want them to do it again. This is called a maker 2. So you were a maker. This time you just do the exact same thing. Go get 2 more people. Help those 2 get there too and get 2 more customers. Now you have 2 Rain Partner teams if everybody's buying. That's 2 free products a month. Okay, 2 free products a month. And you're going to see what we're doing as we build this together. Now last time we paid 5% off of the entire group. This time we're paying 7% off that entire group. So those 4 people, because the 2 got there too, and 2 customers, even though once again, like I already said, we already paid first order bonuses on both of those levels. We already probably paid team commissions. We already paid customer bonuses. We already paid all these things. This is just additional bonus right out the gate, because what am I wanting to do? My goal is, and you're going to see if you go through the Rainmaker program, not only did you make your money back, and not only is your product free, but you got products free. You're getting 3 to 4 products free, not 1. And you made 3 to 4 times your money back, not just once. See, that's the goal. So on top of this 7%, now what we do is we pay for a literacy course for somebody to take to learn how to read. Now talk about changing generations. I mean, what does that do when you can help someone learn how to read that didn't know how to read? And because of you and because of a status that's hit, now somebody's reading. Because that's powerful. That's really impactful. That's not feeding somebody for a day. That's teaching them how to fish, right? Not feeding them a fish for a day. That's really making a difference. And that's what we want to do. And if you look at the things we're doing, we're trying to help people take the seeds of greatness inside of them, and we're watering those, because that's how you change the world. That's how you change generations. So now that somebody's done it twice, should we introduce something new? Okay, some new thing. Okay, now let's add this and make it a little more. No! Okay, we're just going to keep doing the same thing. Do it again. If you've done it once, you can do it twice. If you've done it twice, you can do it 3 times. Okay, so the 3rd time you do it, you go and you get 2 more customers, 2 more distributors, and help those 2 get 2. So now you have a total of how many? 6 distributors. You have basically, 12 people on your 2nd level, and you have 6 customers. But you're doing this at a pace that just makes sense. This is Maker 3. This time what we do, though, is we don't pay 7%, we pay 10%. Off the entire group, on top of everything else that we've already paid, that I've alluded to. And then now we're going to pay for someone to go see a doctor and have a medical checkup that hasn't. Okay, once again, there are people out there, and I've experienced this and seen this, where people go to a doctor, they've been dealing with something for decades, and they've just never been treated. And here they are living with the pain, or not able to walk, or doing this for decades, and it was treatable. Okay, and they go and they have a medical checkup, and their lives change. See, once again, making an impact. And because somebody hits a status, now we're paying for that in your name and in your behalf. So what do you think we're going to have them do after this? The same thing. See, what happens if we get people all moving on the same train? Boom, 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 boom. Duplication happens. And you can see that things can turn from 2 people to hundreds to thousands if we just break it down to the simple simplicity that it is. And we don't complicate it with all these other things. Now I'm going to show you different parts of the comp plan real quick. I'm not going to go into them in detail, but I'm going to try to prove a point here. And so this is the 4th time you're doing this. So go get 2 more distributors, get 2 more customers, and help your 2 Rain partners or distributors get there too. This time we're going to pay 15% off that entire group, that 4th group, all their volume. Customers volume 2, yep. 15% on all of it. Now we're sending somebody to school because of you or because of somebody in your team. Hey, think about this. How many medical checkups? How many trees can you plant? How many people are you going to teach to learn how to read? How many kids are going to go to school because you and your teams are out there just doing what? Simple basics and building their business, changing people's lives with life-changing products. Okay, everywhere we go, we're changing people's lives. That's what I love. When we talk about when people come in contact with Rain, I want their life enhanced. Okay, that's not a saying. That's not a statement. That is what we do. It is ingrained into us and our DNA. Okay, and I just want to do more, and we're going to. And the thing that excites me is I see the impact we're already making in the world, and we haven't even hit hyper growth yet. What's going to happen when we're 100 million and a 200 and $1 billion a year company and multiple billion? I mean, how many community centers are we building then? How many libraries are we building then? How many houses and families and kids are being taught? That's just crazy. But I can't wait for that day because it's going to happen. So this is it. You're looking at this. This is the Maker program right here. We want people to go Rainmaker. Now, I want to make a point, and that is the only thing that once it is gone is the first 2 weeks. Once those first 2 weeks are gone, that chance to get the 15% is gone, okay? Because what? I want them to go out there and do something their first 2 weeks, because if they don't do it like the first 2 weeks, it's more difficult to do later. Because once again, they're not as excited. The honeymoon phase is over. And now you're going to have to remotivate them, or they're going to have a product testimonial, or they're going to have to come to another event and get fired up again, or they're going to have to get on a call. They're going to have to get back into that state that they were already in when we just didn't take advantage of that right from the get-go. So that's what we need to do. So after that, what happens if you don't build that first group in the first 4 weeks? Is it over? No, it's not over. You have 16 weeks to do basically all of this. So what happens in the 12th week is if you did what I'm showing you here in the first 4 weeks. Do you still get the 5% and the 5 trees planted? Yes, because I have to pay you the 5% before I can pay you the 7, before I can pay you the 10. You can't just do this for the first time in the 12th week and you get 10% off that group, because you haven't gotten to that point yet. You got to get the 5% first to the 7. So if you build 2 of these in a 16-week period, then you got the 5% and 7%. If you built 3 of these in a 16-week period, then you get the 5, 7, and 10. Guys, this is just extra money. So if you don't get it, it's not like you're missing out or you're getting picked on. This is not the comp plan. This is just extra getting started money and bonuses to help people win right out the gate. Get their money back, their product free, their money back multiple times. Okay, right out the gate. Create those stories. That's what we want to do. So I'm going to go through the comp plan real quick, because I want to show you how everything that I'm just showing you right here. Now look at this. How many manager teams, how many different lines do you need to hit the top level of the company and hit diamond? Okay, the answer is 7. Do you have at least 7 people you personally sponsored here? Yes. You have 8. Okay, so you have enough to hit the top level of the company right here. Okay, is your product free? Yeah, you got 4 of them if all these people stay active. Okay, did you make your money back? Yes. How many times is the question? Okay, and that's if nobody else duplicated but you in this group. Let's pretend that nobody else in this structure did anything. You're still going to make your money back multiple times. But what happens if a few of these people do the same thing you're doing? Okay, and they get people that go Rainmaker in their teams. Okay, then it starts to get ridiculous. It starts to grow. So I want to show you that every single thing in the compensation plan, you will get paid if you do this. So if you don't understand anything else in our comp plan, which most people when they're getting started aren't going to understand that, can they wrap their head around this? Get 2 people in 2 weeks. Can you wrap your head around that? Help those 2 get 2 and get 2 customers. Build that little structure. That's the building block to create a massive organization underneath you all across the globe. If we can just get that honed in and figured out, right? And so that's really what I want to break down. Because of this, if we focus on going Rainmaker, if we focus on the Maker system with everybody as we're getting started, what's going to happen is I want accidental diamonds. I want people that are accidentally diamond and they don't know how they got there because they don't understand the comp plan, and they get a message from us, or we call them and congratulate them, or they get an email or all these different things. Congratulations, you hit diamond. They don't even know what that means or how they got there, because all they were doing was teaching their people to go through the Rainmaker system. Okay? And they accidentally hit every single aspect of the comp plan. So just to show you how crazy we are on the first 2 as we're doing this, let's just take an elite pack per se. Now you have all the benefits of the elite pack, like auto ship, and you're qualified for 6 months and all that type of stuff. I'm just talking about percentages now that we pay out, and if we're generous or not, if this is good or not. So let's look at how much volume is based on that first month, not the auto ship volume that all comes later, right? That you get paid the next 5 months after that first month. So 6 months you're qualified. But the first month you get 500 commissionable volume. Now in team commissions, we have a 50% guaranteed payout, which we guarantee 50% is going to get paid out every single week, no matter what. So 50% of that from team commissions and Gen Match and all those payouts, guaranteed 50% payout, is $250 right there, right? But then we have first order bonuses, as I'm going to show you here in a minute, 7 levels deep. So when you get people and they get people and they get people 7 levels deep by product for the first time, there's an extra first order bonus. And if you add up the 7 levels of first order bonuses, it's an additional 61%. So we give 500 CV. I'm already paying out 111% of the CV that was generated just from those two things. Okay, 111%. So I'm already over the 500 CV that we're paying out right there. Okay, so I've already paid over $500 already. But then on top of this, I'm trying to incentivize people to go out there and get something done in their first 2 weeks, right? So if they do that the first 2 weeks, and this is one of their first people gets an elite pack, that's an additional 15% for the launch bonus. And as they go out there and build that first structure for the maker to become a maker, and I pay an additional 5% on that team, not the 7 or the 10 or the 15. I'm just going to talk about the 5%. On that whole team, I'm going to pay 5% on this same volume again. So you tell me if this is good or not. Okay, we have a starter pack, the elite pack, that has 500 CV on it, and we're going to pay out 131% of CV. Okay, is that good or is that good? Am I crazy? Yes. But why? Because I understand what we're trying to do. I want their money back, and I want their product free. And I want it simple, simple, simple. Get 2 in 2 weeks and help your people do the same thing, and then get 2 customers. And then repeat. And then repeat. And what do you teach your people? The same thing. And repeat. 131% on CV. Guys, okay, if you want to know if you can make money doing this, I mean, come on. I mean, look at that right there. So you look at these kits and the different kits you can come in with, and then you look at, once again, we're paying out the 131% as people are getting started. So it's pretty crazy. So let's get into this real quick. I'm just going to do this the next couple of minutes, and then we're going to be done, because the main thing I want you to focus on is the maker system. So if everybody's going out there and getting 2 customers, 2 Rain partners, and helping those 2 get 2, those 2 that got 2, they're going to try to do the same thing. So are they going to get customers? Yes. So are you going to be able to tap into the customer program and get 7 or 4 levels because your customers don't count as a level. They count as your position, right? So that's why we don't call that level 1, because it's you. Those are your personal customers. Your people's customers, that's level 1. So it really is kind of 4 levels because of the fact that you're not a level, but we pay you on all your customers, right? So you can get 4 levels deep. Are you going to capitalize on that if people are doing the Rainmaker system? Absolutely, you are. Okay, and so what about first order bonuses? I told you we have 7 levels of first order bonuses. As this starts to duplicate and people get people who get people, if people are following the Rainmaker program, are they going to get 7 levels of bonuses? Yes, you are. Are you getting paid on FOBs if you do the Rainmaker program? Yes. Okay, we're starting out with the first 2 levels, right, which you get right out the gate. But then as your team starts to duplicate and grow, you get all those other things. Team commissions on the dual team. We pay $30,600 a week up to. People come in with the 3 business centers because we pay $10,200 a week, which is 334 cycles a week. So that's $10,200. If you have times 3, if you have 3 business centers, we'll pay up to $30,600 a week on this. Okay. And so that's how this works. So you look at that now. If you get 2 people, because we have 2 teams, right? A left team and a right team, and we help those 2 get 2, are you going to get cycles? Are you getting team commissions if you're doing the Rainmaker program? Yes. Okay. You're getting that too. And that's going to continue to duplicate. And as we already talked about, we don't cap you at $5,000 a week. We can cap you at $30,600 a week. So can't pay people down to infinity, but I can pay you pretty deep. I mean, that's a lot of money, guys. And I remember the first time that I heard about building down instead of building wide, instead of spinning all these plates and trying to help this team in this country and this team in this country. And when I'm over here, I'm not helping these guys, but I can stack them now underneath each other and I'm going down. I thought to myself, okay, I know I'm going to make at least $10,200 a week, because if I build down, I got to cap it out sometime, right? I'm going to be building down. That's over $40,000 a month on one spot. And if I build out 3, I mean, that's crazy. If we're talking $30,600 a week times 3, Okay, we're basically talking 90 to 100 grand a month. That's crazy. And so I remember thinking that in my mind, and that's not customer bonuses. That's not first order bonuses. That's not, a gen match and these other things that we're talking about. That's just the team commissions. Now, gen match, what we do is we're going to pay you on how well your people get paid in their team commissions. So as you help your team make money, we have 7 generations of matching bonuses. Guys, this is one of the craziest compensation. If I would have had this, even though where I was at and what I was able to do in my first company changed my life forever. If I would have had this, I would have taken my volume and plugged it into Rain's comp plan. I would have made 3 to 4 times the money, and I made great money. I would have made 3 to 4 times the money in this same plan with the same amount of volume. And so, I get giddy at this. And once again, I know that people might not understand it. Do you know what you need to do to be able to capitalize on the comp plan? You got to have volume. If you don't have volume in the plan, it's not going to pay. But you have volume, guys, this is one of the most aggressive plans I've ever experienced. So we have all these incentives. You get shares in the pool. You're going to accidentally continue to grow. Can you become a diamond if you do this? Yes, you have all the legs and stuff to do that. You can get paid every quarter 1.5% off of global worldwide CV. And those people that have done that and are getting paid on that, it's substantial, depending on how many shares that you get based on, your rank. Get some more pure right here. Probiotic. So let's look at this. As your team grows, as people do the Rainmaker system and follow that program, your team's going to get bigger. As your team gets bigger, you're going to hit more ranks. Our rank advancement bonuses alone. We're talking, if you do the quick math, 250, 350. So we're talking $375,000 plus just by hitting ranks. So what if it took you 3 years to hit triple black rain diamond or 5 years to hit triple black rain diamond? Just off of rank advancements alone, is it worth $375,000 if it took you 3 to 5 years? Okay, and there was nothing else included. And this is just in addition. That's a one-time bonus though, right? But on top of that, we have lifestyle bonuses. So now that you've hit that rank, if you hold that rank, we're going to pay this money. Some companies do a car bonus. Just hit Platinum Elite, make $100 a week. Okay, that's $400. Is that enough for a new car? Well, maybe for you, maybe not. Maybe you need more. Hit Pearl, $200 a week. That's $800. Is that enough for a new car that you want? Okay, maybe not. Sapphire, $300 a week. Okay, is that enough for a new car? Or maybe it's a house bonus for you now. Yeah, maybe Diamond, $400 or $500 or $600 a week. Maybe you got a house and 2-car bonus lifestyle or a travel bonus. Call it what you want. Say, we're not going to tell you what it is. We're just going to give it to you so you can improve your lifestyle. How would you like making an extra $750 every single week or $1,000 every single week just because? 52 weeks a year because you hit that rank. Okay, and you're holding that rank. That's the beauty of this, improving somebody's lifestyle. And so the thing that I really want people to understand is if you didn't get everything that I just talked about, Byron, I don't understand gen match. Oh, I don't understand team commissions. You said 30,600. I don't know how. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about rank advancement bonuses, lifestyle bonuses, and 1.5% in ownership pool and all this. I don't get it. Okay, you don't need to get it. Do you get this? Can you get people to go get their 2 in 2 weeks? Can you get that duplicated through your team? Can you get people to become maker and go through the maker system? Because if you do that and you focus on that and you get rid of all this other confusion and you can quit complicating it and we just focus on this, all those other things will happen. They will. Because those things can't happen and you can't build and have those things not happen, really is what I'm saying. You can't build and have everybody duplicating and not have those other things happen. So as you're looking at all of these things, this is what we need to be focused on. And we need to be like Steve Jobs. We need to pull back and make it as simplistic as possible. That is why we are doing it like we're doing it. That's why the lowest common denominator for duplication is 2. And that's where we are. We're not asking for more than that. And then once you've done it, do it again. Start there. Okay, and just get your people to do it and believe. And if they've done it once, they can do it again. If you've made 1 free throw, you can make it 2nd, right? If you made a 2nd, you can make it 3rd. Okay, and if you've done it, the best way to know you can do it is if you've already done it. And if you've done it, just replicate and duplicate that. So hopefully this makes sense today, guys. I am excited about what we're doing. I'm excited about the growth that we're having. I'm excited about the simplicity that we have at Rain and how simplistic we can make it, because it really is not easy, but it is easier. I promise you, it is easier. And anybody else, like I said, that has experienced something else is going to validate that to you, because we've just broken it down to the ridiculous. That's what I like to say. Break it down to the ridiculous. Just get to. Let's just get to. And what do we want? The right to. The right to are the people that can get there too. And then we teach people how to become rainmaker and go out there and get it done now. So hopefully that makes sense today. Hopefully that helps you, and hopefully that empowers you, because a lot of times I know there's pressure. You get people in your team. How do I help them? How do I help them go win? They come in to Rain because they see the potential. They see the opportunity. They want it to impact their lives. They want to make a difference. How do we do that? This is how we do it. We make it really, really simple and attainable. And if people believe they can do it, then they do. So wish everybody all the success. And, I really want everybody to know that you can do this. You can make this happen. Okay. This platform literally can change your life and can change generations, can make everything different for your children and your grandchildren, can make everything different for your community, because we have something that's bigger than all of us, that's impacting the globe, and everybody needs what we have. And you can use this as a platform to make a difference if all we can do is get people to share it with two, and start there. Don't complicate it. Start there. All right. So thanks again, everybody. Have a fabulous day. This is Byron Belka here in American Fork, Utah, wishing everybody all the success, and let's go out and make it rain, everybody. Take care. We'll see you.